Peace, my friends. What is happening? I am Ben. I use he, him pronouns, and welcome to practice today. All you need for your setup is yourself and a practice space. If you have yoga blocks or some water or a blanket, definitely take a moment to acquire what you need, but really all you need is yourself. Let's go ahead and get started in a tabletop position onto all fours. As you get into your tabletop, begin moving the spine, cat-cow. Tune into your own pace of breathing. Maybe close the eyes. Feel the spine moving through its fullest range of motion here, creating some space. Feel your fingertips connecting with the earth. Feel your spirit grounding, releasing whatever that you were doing before this, releasing whatever will come after this, and just taking this time to be in the moment. Let's come into down dog. Go ahead and spread the fingers, grip the mat, tuck the toes under, press the hips back behind you. Right, because the moment can be a pretty elusive place to be sometimes. The world is full of distractions. It takes a lot of conscious effort to really just be here where we are, and that's really what this yoga practice is all about. Take a few more breaths in downward facing dog. As you'll see, I'm kind of shifting around. I'm bending one knee, then the other. I'm shifting side to side, kind of feeling a little bit of animalistic energy as we just start to get warmed up in today's flow. Walk the hands backwards, forward fold back of the mat. And then as you get there, ragdoll the arms, heavy forearms. Deep bend into the knees. Bring belly toward thighs or knees into armpits, however you want to think about that. But whenever we do a fold, imagine the upper body connecting to lower body. Just like when you fold a sheet of paper, we bring one half to the other half. You can bend your knees as much as you need to make that happen. Relax the head down. Feel your exhales. Sometimes you just need to let out a little sigh, a little H-A, ha. That's the nice thing about practicing at home, is that we have the time and space. And we don't have anybody else around us, so we can really do whatever the heck we want. Release the arms and roll yourself to standing. Stretch the arms up to the sky. As you stretch the arms up, interlace the fingertips and then press the palms up to the sky. Lean back, shoulder stretch, back bend. Breathe here for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Interlace fingertips behind your low back and then pull the knuckles down behind you. Pull the shoulder blades together, lift through the heart, through the sternum. Maybe look up, inhale. Keep the bind as you exhale into forward fold. Reach the arms further overhead if it feels available. And then to release lightly, first bring the hands back down toward the back waist, and then release the hands, crawl out to plank pose. Come all the way into your lengthened, long plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly come to the ground. Oscillating cobra. When I do oscillating cobra, I like to bring fingertips outside of the edges of the mat. This gives a wider space, more space in the elbows, more space across the chest, because we're not looking to constrain, we're looking to expand. And then we'll move with breath. So inhale, press through fingertips, use the back muscles to lift. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, elevate. Exhale, back down. Inhale, elevate. Exhale, down. Inhale, elevate. Exhale, down. 3 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Feel the space we're creating. Last one here. Up as we inhale. Down as we exhale, locust pose, 1 round, arms back, optional bind of your fingertips behind your back. We're floating, we're elevating, we're breathing, we're finding effort, we're finding strength for 5, 4, 3, 2, when you're ready, plank pose. On 1, place the palms, tuck the toes, energize the legs, and rise up. And then down dog, scoop the hips back. From downward facing dog, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Right foot steps all the way through. As the right foot steps all the way through, elevate into a high crescent lunge, hands up. Pause in your first lunge of the practice. You can always add on some little bounces or little shifts in the ways that feel natural. What does your practice need out of you today? What do you need out of your practice today? Shift into warrior three. Bring the hands to heart center and lean out. Float the left foot. Maybe point the toes back to the wall behind you. Or maybe you're outside to the tree behind you. Right. Slowly step back, high crescent lunge. Left foot lands, hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back to plank. From plank, take chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale, lift. Downward facing dog, exhale. Return home. 2 breaths here in down dog. Really still just a few minutes into our practice. We're just getting into it. Let's lift left leg up, three-legged dog. Drive through the hands. Big step as we ripple through. Rise up, high crescent lunge. Hands to the sky. You have 2 or 3 breaths in this first lunge, either in stillness or you can add on your little shifts, your little movements. Reminding ourselves that our practice can look like whatever we want it to look like. All that matters really is that you're breathing. All that matters is that you're moving and existing from a space of compassion. After that, everything else is just extra. Let's shift out, warrior three. Balance. Embrace the challenge of balancing, especially early in the practice. We're still generating heat. We're still generating space. Step back, high crescent lunge, right foot, back of the mat, hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Plank pose, Vinyasa. So lower into chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Anytime I cue chaturanga, you can always do it with your knees down. You can always skip the vinyasa, let it be your own. Again, that's another nice thing about being in your own home. There's no judgment. There's no eyes. It's just you taking what you need from this. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, right leg steps through. Right foot steps through, rather. Hands up to the sky. High crescent lunge. Warrior three, bring hands to heart, lean out, balance. Adding on slightly, stork pose or one-legged Tadasana. Left knee into the chest, rise up. Back into warrior three, this time airplane arms, meaning arms back behind you as you reach the left leg back in space. Step back, high crescent lunge, left foot lands, hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back, vinyasa. Maybe you take your chaturanga into your up dog. Don't rush the vinyasa. Take your time through it. Let it be a space for meditation, for familiarity, and to continue cultivating strength. Left leg up, inhale. Step through, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, lean out. Warrior three. Find your balance. Adding on stork or one-legged Tadasana. Right knee lifts into the chest. This time, warrior three, airplane arms. Arms reach back as the right foot and right toes reach back. High crescent lunge, right foot lands, hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, grip the mat, step back, and flow. Chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling downward facing dog. We're going to keep laddering and adding on. So right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step through. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart, lean out. Warrior three, find your own breath. Stork or one-legged Tadasana, left knee in. Warrior three, airplane arms, reach back. High crescent lunge, left foot back, hands up, inhale. Adding a twist, bring hands to heart, rotate your body, left elbow to right knee. Find the connection. And if you do find that connection, left elbow, right knee, imagine you can lift your sternum up to your thumbs. Whether or not it happens doesn't matter, but it's the energetic intention that we can form with ourselves. Let's take one more inhale. One more exhale. Untwist, inhale, hands up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands down, vinyasa. Control your lower to chaturanga. Open up your heart as you lift to up dog. And then find home base as we shift to down dog. I know we're moving and grooving, and we haven't really taken any breaks. So stick with me, and that's another nice thing. You can always pause the video, take a sip of water, do what you want and need to do. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through. Inhale, hands up, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, lean yourself out, warrior three. Balance. Stork or one-legged Tadasana, right knee in. Airplane, right leg and both arms reach back. Step into high crescent lunge, hands up. Add on twist, bring hands to heart, prayer twist, right elbow, left knee. And then lift the heart. Stay strong in your back leg, and I say that because that's an area where I sometimes compromise because there's so much energy in the twist and there's so much energy being put into our front left leg. It's easy for me to forget about my back leg. So I energize, drive the right heel back, engage the right quad muscles, and then inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Right leg up, inhale. Right foot steps through, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, lean out, warrior three. Left knee into chest, rise up, inhale. Airplane, reach back, exhale. Crescent lunge, step back, hands up, inhale. Prayer twist to your right leg, exhale. Stay here for a full breath in. Full breath out. Adding on, warrior two, unravel all the way, and then open. First warrior of the class, so what might be nice here is to kind of just check out your stance. Notice right foot, right arm, left arm. Soften the shoulders as you energize the arms. And breathe. Maybe take your gaze forward, out over top of your right hand. Slow it down for a moment. Reverse triangle. And let's stay here for a moment, just enjoying the side body stretch. For reverse triangle, you can extend your right leg. Imagine there was a big line of energy from the right toes all the way traveling up through the right fingertips. And you could breathe into that right side rib cage, right side lung. Then one more inhale. Exhale, rotate the hands down. Grip the mat, step back, plank into your vinyasa from there. Take your time with it. Eventually we meet back in down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Left foot steps, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Warrior three, hands to heart, lean out. Inhale, right knee into chest, hands up, lift. Exhale, airplane variation of warrior three, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge, step back, hands up. Take your prayer to the left knee, twist. Give yourself a full breath cycle. And then unwind open, warrior two position. We do have a few breaths here. Again, maybe you scan the body, feel where you're at in space. And again, generally speaking, for me, it's easier to be putting a lot of weight into this front leg. So then my obligation becomes energize through the back leg, energize through the right quad muscles, feel my right outer foot sealing down into the earth, and feel myself stable with my weight right in between my two legs. Reverse the triangle, lift up, allow your left leg to extend, and allow that to be a source of relief and the foundation for a big lengthening stretch in your left side body. 2 breaths. Inhale when you're ready. And then exhale, rotate hands to the earth, grip the mat, step back, find your flow. From there, and of course the journey lands us back in down dog whenever you get there. And then we continue right leg up, inhale. Right foot steps through, exhale. Hands up, inhale. Lean out, warrior 3, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, pull the left knee into the chest, reach the hands up. Exhale, send it back for warrior three, airplane arms. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up. Exhale, prayer twist to your right knee. We're here for one breath in. Warrior two on your exhale, open. Reverse inhale. Side angle pose, exhale. So for side angle, unless I have a block, I like to just rest my right elbow on my right knee. If I had a block, I might reach my hand down to the ground, but for now, elbow to knee is what I like to do. And then reach the right arm all the way overhead. Think bicep to ear, or excuse me, reach the left arm all the way overhead. Think left bicep to left ear. And imagine a line of energy all the way from left foot extending out to left fingertips. Again, yoga really, everything is a full body shape. So even when we think it's like a lower body pose or an upper body pose, everything is energy, everything is full body. That's why it's always good to think of lines of energy in the body, because that creates a meditative aspect of it. That creates a component of the practice that allows us to be in observation of ourselves, that allows us to be receptive to the energy that we're creating on our mats. Because as we know, these poses are not just physical, there's a little bit of magic sprinkled in as well. All right, so from here, reverse your warrior. Stay low in the hips this time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step back to plank, and then move through your flow from there. Take your sweet time with it. Down dog when you're ready. Left leg up, three-legged dog. Step through. Inhale up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior three, hands to heart, lean yourself out. Inhale, right knee into chest, arms up. Exhale, warrior three, airplane arms. Crescent lunge on your inhale, step back, arms up. Take your prayer twist to your left knee. Rotate, take an inhale. Warrior two, exhale, open. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten left leg. Side angle pose, exhale, shift it forward, elbow to knee, and then sweep the right arm all the way overhead. Think right bicep by the right ear. Again, long line of energy, right toes all the way to right fingertips. Let yourself be in the position. Again, strong in the back leg. Every time we do a lunging pose, even in warrior three when we're balancing and the back leg is lifted, I want us to always think about the back leg. Reverse warrior when you're ready. Stay low in the hips. Inhale. Exhale, rotate hands down, grip the mat, step back. You know the vibe, you know what it is. We'll meet in down dog when you're ready. Y'all, we're moving and grooving, so if you're still sticking with me, amazing job. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Step through, exhale. Inhale, hands up, crescent. Exhale, lean out, warrior three. Inhale, left knee into the chest, stand up all the way. Exhale, warrior three, airplane arms, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge, step back up. And then prayer twist to your right knee. Take a full breath in. Warrior two, exhale, open. Reverse triangle, inhale, lift all the way. Side angle pose, exhale, bend into your knee, reach the left arm overhead. Option this time, if you'd like to find a half bind, go ahead and wrap your left arm behind your low back. If you'd like to find a full bind, totally not necessary at all, but it might be interesting if your shoulders are feeling open. And then release this bind, reverse your warrior. Stay low for a moment, triangle pose. Straighten the legs, reach out, and then find your Trikonasana. You might reach your right hand to the ground, it might land on your shin, or I'm currently taking the variation where arms stay open and I keep my right hand kind of floating, suspended in air. And that's because I feel stronger and because I can determine how much I want to fold, how much I want to stay lifted. But again, as always, all that really matters is that you're breathing and you're in a space of compassion. We'll be here for 3. For 2. On 1, bend your right knee enough to place the hands on the ground, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa from there. We are cruising. Left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Left foot steps through, exhale. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart, lean out, warrior 3. Inhale, lift, knee into chest. Exhale, warrior 3, airplane arms, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge, land your foot, reach the arms up. Prayer twist to your left knee. Take a full inhale when you arrive. Let your exhale unwind your body into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse the triangle, big lift. Exhale, side angle pose. We're here for a couple breaths. No bind, half bind, or full bind. Release, reverse the warrior. Stay low. Triangle pose. Extend the legs, extend the arms, reach through the side bodies, and then enter your Trikonasana pose. Find connection along the way. Know that we're still only 20 minutes into our practice. I know we've done a lot of things in those 20 minutes. But we're still only 20 minutes in. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, start to bend your left knee, place the hands down, step back, plank into Vinyasa. Down dog when you're ready. We only have a couple more things that we're gonna add on. You got this. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Step through, crescent lunge, hands up, inhale. Lean out to warrior three, exhale. Left knee into chest, stand up, inhale. Warrior three, airplane arms, exhale. High crescent lunge, inhale up. Prayer twist to your right knee, exhale. Take an inhale here. Use your exhale, unwind, warrior two. Reverse triangle, inhale, lift. Side angle pose, exhale, forward. Take one full breath in here and a breath out. Reverse the warrior, stay low in your hips. Triangle pose, open the arms, reach forward, enter your Trikonasana. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then surprise, let's try half moon. Shift forward into your balance. This is a pose where I normally use a block in, but I know not all of us have blocks at home, which is why I wanted to do this practice without blocks, because I think at the end of the day, all you need for yoga is yourself. All right, step back to warrior two. Take a moment, straighten the legs, relax the arms. Keep the legs in this position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank and move through your vinyasa from there. If you can't tell from the audio, I am getting out of breath, but we're keeping it going because this yoga practice is to build ease, but it's also to build discipline. Let's reach left leg up, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, step through. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, lean out, warrior three. Inhale, right knee into chest, arms up. Exhale, warrior three, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge, hands up. Prayer twist to your left knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, unwinds to warrior two. Reverse triangle, inhale. Exhale, side angle, forward. Take one breath in, one breath out. Reverse warrior, inhale. Trikonasana, exhale, extend, expand, enter the pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, shift out on 1 for half moon pose. Again, let it be an exploration, especially if you're like me and you're used to having a block. This is an opportunity to embrace more imperfection. I'm wobbling all over the place, but who cares? The effort is there, the strength is there. I don't care about perfection. I care about showing up for oneself. Step back to warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale, stand up and just let your legs straighten and then reach the arms up. Let's inhale. And then exhale, re-enter warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale. And then we exhale, rotate the hands down, step back to plank pose, and then flow from there. Down dog is where we meet. All right. Let's keep it going. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step through, high crescent lunge, hands up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, lean out, balance. Inhale, left knee into the chest. Exhale, warrior three, airplane arms. Inhale, crescent lunge, step back. Exhale, prayer twist to your right knee. Inhale. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior, stay low. Exhale, triangle pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, lean out, half moon for 5, 4, 3, 2, On one, step back to warrior two. Listen carefully. Left hand to the ground, revolved side angle. So left hand down, right hand twists up to the sky, and we come high onto the left toes as we kind of square the hips more forward to allow for the twisting rotation of the spine. Reach the right hand up. Create new space. Inhale. Stay here, exhale. Wide-legged fold. Thread the right arm underneath the left, and then sway quarter turn to your left into your wide-legged fold. Enjoy this for a moment. Either relax or maybe sway side to side. If you want to play with an inversion, play with an inversion. Let's take 2 or 3 more breaths. Any variation of wide-legged fold. Halfway lift when you're ready. Take it into Skandasana lunge, or back of the mat rather. And then just cruise back and forth into your Skandasana lunges, left and right. As you can see on the screen, I'm using my hands to help crawl me back and forth because my legs are tired. We've done so many of these poses that my legs are simply tired. And that doesn't mean I'm going to quit, but it does mean I'm going to take what I need to allow the movements to feel safe and connected to my spirit. Eventually, we just take this to the top of the mat, we step back to plank, and we move through a vinyasa from there. And then we land back in down dog. And that's the full flow. There's nothing else that's being added on. So we've kind of reached the finish line there. Left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. Hands up on the inhale. Lean out, warrior 3, exhale. Right knee into the chest, inhale, stand. Warrior 3, reach it back, exhale, airplane arms. Crescent lunge, inhale, foot back, hands up. Prayer twist to your left leg. Inhale here. Warrior 2, exhale, unwind. Reverse warrior, inhale. Side angle, exhale. We're here for 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Reverse again on the inhale. Trikonasana, triangle pose, exhale. Lean out for your triangle. Here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, half moon pose, lean out, and then we're there for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, step back to warrior 2. Listen carefully, right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky, revolved side into our twist as we lift high onto the right heel. Inhale up. Stay here, exhale. And thread left arm under for wide-legged forward fold. Once again, you can be here, you could just relax the head down, you can sway back and forth, or you can take headstand, or even handstand. I'm feeling a little extra, a little spicy, so I'm adding in a little handstand. When you're ready, halfway lift, lengthen the spine into Skandasana, and then Skandasana, and then Skandasana, and then Skandasana, and just wave back and forth for a little moment. And then eventually top of the mat, step back to plank, move through your vinyasa from there. Let's meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths. All right, my friends, we're going to do 1 final round through that flow. 1 final round, and we're going to cruise right through it. It's only going to take a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and get it. So right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step through. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to heart, warrior 3. Inhale, left knee into chest, stand up. Exhale, warrior 3, airplane arms, reach. Inhale, crescent lunge up. Twist to your right knee, exhale, prayer twist. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior 2, open. Inhale, reverse triangle, lift. Exhale, side angle, come forward. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, triangle pose, open, reach, extend. Half moon pose, lean out, find your pursuit of balance. Step back to warrior 2. Left hand to the ground, revolved side angle. This time let's add on 1 pose, which is a side plank or wild thing on the left leg. On the left hand. I'm gonna take wild thing, so take the right foot, step it over and behind, and then there's a wild thing. there's a little openness that we can create from there. Take an inhale, exhale, and then let's try something. Right knee into chest, right foot comes all the way forward, and then find Skandasana, back of the mat, and then front of the mat, and then cruise your way back and forth through these Skandasana lunges for a quick moment. And then when you're ready, top of the mat, so that you can move through your vinyasa, or you can skip it and head right back to down dog. We have last side to go. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, left foot through. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale, right knee into chest, stand up. Exhale, warrior three with airplane arms, reach back. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach up. Exhale, prayer twist to your left knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, open yourself, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, reverse warrior, stay low. Exhale, triangle pose, reach out. Land here, and then when you're ready, half moon, lean out. Step back to warrior two, and then with the right hand, reach down to the mat. Left hand to the sky, revolved side angle, and then we're adding on, step the left foot back, side plank or wild thing. Bridge the hips up if you're going for wild thing. And then we have our transition, so left knee pulls in, left foot steps through, and then we come all the way to the back of the mat. Skandasana, 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 Skandasana. Sway back and forth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on 1, come to the top of the mat, step back to plank, flow through your vinyasa, or skip it. Let's meet in down dog. Oh my goodness, we did it. From down dog, drop to child's pose, or just sit up for a second. Just take a resting pose. Take a resting pose. I'm going to take several sips of water. Catch your breath. Breathe deeply. Let the energy settle. Maybe wipe the sweat off your forehead. Let a little sigh if you want. This yoga practice really is about balancing effort and ease. And that first half of the practice was definitely more on the effort side. So now we're going to start to slowly move into more ease. We still have some active standing poses that we'll do, but we're going to go slower, one pose at a time for the most part, and then we'll do some restorative poses to round things out at the end. All right, so for now, come into a tabletop position. From tabletop position, take the right hip in just a few natural hip circles. And then step the right foot outside of the right hand. Lizard lunge. You have options. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, bring forearms down if that feels available to you. Option 3 is often my favorite, which is looping the right hand back for the left foot for a quad stretch. And you can still get a good active quad stretch even if the bind is not available for today. Also, using a block under your left hand or a water bottle or anything, that often makes the bind much more available as well. Just 2 or 3 more breaths here. Let's find pyramid pose. So release any bind that you have. Shorten your stance and fold. I like to go wider in my stance too, so I bring my feet hips width and maybe even a little bit wider than hips width sometimes. Imagine the right hip pushing forward left hip pushing forward so the right hip can pull back. This squaring action of the hips. Then just breathe into the stretch in the back of your right leg. Feel the exhales. And then just for a moment here in pyramid, left hand or fingertips down, right hand to the sky, twist. Look up on the twist, inhale. On the exhale, release. Step your left foot Come into a wider stance and then sink down into a malasana squat. This is another position where you can always use a block under your hips, or you can always just lift up a little bit. Right? Or if your ankles lift, that's fine as well. Rock side to side, just a couple breaths here. And then from here, we'll actually just bring the hands down and then step the right foot back for lizard lunge. So lizard lunge, other side. Again, you can keep the hands down, you can bring forearms down, or my personal favorite, looping the left arm back for your quad stretch. Wherever you're at, a few breaths. And this is a very beautiful part of practice because we get to tune into restorative energy, but this restorative energy also helps us become more receptive. It also continues to help us open, just like the more active part of our practice does. If you have any bind, release it and then find pyramid pose. Adjust your stance. Maybe your stance gets shorter. Maybe you invite in some props. Maybe you bend the left knee if that feels good, especially if that feels safe. And then we enjoy the fold for a few breaths. Start to lean out, malasana squat. So step the right foot forward, wiggle your feet a little bit wider, and then sink the hips down. You can find a little sway if you want. Again, we're not here for long, maybe just 2 more breaths. Forward fold. Bring the hands down, straighten the legs. Bring the feet back toward hips width distance. And then round your spine as you roll up to standing. Like a big gradual wave. Hands up to the sky. Just like the beginning of class, go ahead and interlace the fingertips. Flip the palms and push them up to the sky. Lean back, open. And then release the arms by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Relax the shoulders down your back. Feel your toes pressing into the earth. Feel your heart standing nice and proud. Feel the top of your head lifting a couple millimeters higher. Close the eyes, breathe. And then let's try out dancer's pose. For dancer's pose, left hand, we'll go to left foot, but let's try to rotate open through the left hand. That way we can bring inside of left foot into left hand. If you end up grabbing the outside edge of your foot, that's fine too, but just know that generally speaking, this pose is done grabbing the inside edge of the foot, opening externally at the shoulder joints. Right hand up to the sky, and then expand from there. Allow yourself to breathe in the posture. Let this be kind of a culmination of all the things we've done today. We're here for 5. 4, if you fell out, that's okay. Maybe just come back into it. Try again for 3. For 2. On 1, we release. Take a moment in between sides. Maybe you take some easy twists. And then, of course, we do the other side. So right hand, right foot, dancer's pose, Natarajasana. Enter the pose and then expand. And we try our best to keep the hips and the shoulders both squared forward. That doesn't mean we have to be 100% perfect. It just means that's the intention, is to remain facing forward rather than like opening out to the side, which can be pretty common. We'll try to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, On one, come out of the pose. Roll the shoulders around a few times. Take a breath, maybe roll the neck around a few times. We have one more balancing pose to go, and then we're on the ground the rest of class. That is eagle pose. So let's reach the arms wide. Left arm goes under for eagle bind, and you can always just grab opposite shoulder heads, otherwise eagle bind. And then the left leg goes over. So left arm under, left leg over. And then maybe you lift the elbows, maybe you sink lower. There's even the variation where you would fold forward, bringing elbows past knees, but I'm not going to do that today personally. We're here for 3, for 2. Slowly release on 1. Take a breath. And then last standing pose of the practice. We did it. We did it. We can do anything we set our minds to. Arms go wide. Right arm goes under, eagle pose, Garudasana, right arm over, right arm under, which means right leg over. Find your expression of the posture. We're here for 3, 2, release on 1. Let it go physically and also let it go energetically. For a quick moment, bring one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. Just breathe into your hands. Feel your own spirit. Close the eyes. Just be here. And then we have our final opportunity for a vinyasa as we bring it back down to the ground. Inhale, hands all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, place the hands down, both feet step back. Vinyasa from there. If you want one more, make it count. Final down dog, and then from down dog, roll into plank, come onto the belly. For Sphinx, as you come into Sphinx, forearms meet the mat, elbows are underneath the shoulders to create a 90-degree angle in the arms. Press the collarbones away from the ground, let the hips be heavy, as well as let the legs be heavy. Take a few breaths here. If you want to add neck rolls or if you want to add shoulder sways side to side, do what would soothe yourself. Last breath here. And then let's try out bow pose. One round bow pose, and then we're going to some more relaxing moments after this. Go ahead and expand up. It's just like dancer's pose, except we're on our belly and we're doing both hands to both feet. You can grab the outside edges of the feet for bow pose. And then we'll be here for 5, 4, expand for 3, 2. On 1, release and send it back to child's pose. Ground yourself down. From child's pose, we head to half pigeon or deer pose. Deer pose is like 90-90 position. So if you want, you can come through down dog, or you can just come from seated and kind of swing your legs around. I don't think I specified a side, so I'm sure most of us probably did the right side first, but it really doesn't matter because we'll do the other leg right after. If you're doing the pigeon pose, meaning your left leg is fully extended back behind you, Try to sit up tall at the start of it, right? Your right hip might be popped up off of the ground. That's generally fine, as long as it doesn't cause any pain. You might place a little cushion underneath your hip, but otherwise, you can embrace that. Sit up tall, long spine, maybe gaze up. Breathe for a moment. And then lengthen yourself forward into your fold. And let's give ourselves some time here to slow down our breath, to slow down the energy of the practice. Last couple breaths here. And then we will get ready to switch to the other side. So take your time releasing. And you could either just swing the other leg around for the other side, or of course you can come through a little down dog if you like. Same pose, side two, half pigeon or deer pose, 90-90 shape, or you could even take figure four, just laying down and crossing your ankle over your knee. There's so many different ways to do everything, and that's always a message I try to share, is that we don't need to fit ourselves into a box that's already been drawn. We can draw our own box, and maybe our box has one side that's a little bit longer than the other, or maybe our box isn't perfectly at a 90-degree angle at every corner. Maybe our box is special. Because each of us are special. And if you're still with me in this practice, then I'm truly honored. And I think we should all feel proud of ourselves. We should all feel good about ourselves. We should all feel a sense of self-compassion. Let's give ourselves some time here to be in full receptivity mode, just breathing slowly, being in this space. Just have a few more breaths here to round out this second side. Let's release. Both legs swing around in front of us, wide-legged, seated fold. I love this pose, and I especially love this pose as a counter stretch because we were just stretching outer hips, outer thighs, and now we're stretching inner hips, inner thighs. Right, so you can just fold as I'm doing, or you can sway side to side, you can draw some circles with your torso, you can reach side body stretches to each leg. Really what I'm feeling in my body now is just letting myself fold and letting myself be in stillness, because we, as you know, we've done a lot of movement today in this class. We're not here for long, just 3 slow breaths. We'll slowly start to lift up. And next thing we'll do is lay down onto our backs. I'm just going to take a sip of water first. As you lay down, prepare for bridge pose. So feet plant on the mat, nice and close in toward the hips. And then when you're ready, energize and lift. There's an optional bind of the fingertips behind your low back, or you could reach fingertips in the direction of the backs of your ankles. And we're breathing here for 5, 4, 3, last 2, on 1, we lower. Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. Reach the arms overhead with the elbows bent, just a little shoulder stretch. We are not here for long, just a couple breaths. Do some windshield wipers in the legs now just to reset. So feet go a little bit wider and just rock it back and forth a few times. And then we'll twist. So extend both legs long. In fact, take a full body stretch. Reach the arms even further overhead. And then pull the right knee in. Take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. And then guide the right leg across your body. Twist. And I'm actually going to take the variation where I straighten my right leg and then reach my left hand to the outer edge of my right foot. And you could do that with a strap as well, if you have a strap or a belt nearby. Take a few deep breaths into your twist. We'll slowly start to release, and we will make our way into the other side. So left knee will pull in, left leg guides itself across the body. Keep the knee bent, or if you're with me, you can extend through the left leg. Left arm reaches out to the side, left shoulder is heavy into the earth. And just breathe. Just appreciate yourself, appreciate this moment. Appreciate this breath. Begin to release. Begin to release. Come back through center. I just totally kicked my water bottle over. Hug the knees into the chest and take your inversion. This is also where you have the freedom to take any last postures in your physical practice. For me, it's a happy baby. I might also do a little plow pose, but really any inversion is what I'd recommend. So you could do a waterfall pose or hips on a block. You could do shoulder stand, headstand. Just take maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more breaths. When you are ready, release into your Shavasana. Let the body come into a state of complete ease. Scan the body and make any little adjustments that you'd like to make. Feel your spirit calming. Feel your breath slowing down. Feel the muscles in your face relaxing. My friends, this is where I will leave you to take your Shavasana for as long as you want. I recommend minimum 5 minutes in Shavasana based on today's practice. So please, take 5 minutes. If you have more time, take more time. If you're in a rush heading to your next thing, then do what you need to do. It was my honor, my pleasure, my privilege to guide you through this practice. Thank you so much for joining me and for being a part of this energy and this space that we've co-created here. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. I wish nothing but peace upon you and your loved ones. And together, may we wish peace and compassion to all beings everywhere. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Peace.